Hey everybody, come on in. We are going to be making something out of my second cookbook. This is the cookbook that I did with my sister. Tugboat, that's her right there. She cooks on Tuesdays on Lindsay's channel, which is my niece, which is Coastal Living with Lindsay. Alright, we are going to be making a recipe on page 15. Crockpot mac and cheese. Alright, I got my Crockpot right here. And I always use a liner if I'm cooking something in the Crockpot that's messy and sticky and ooey gooey, and this just makes cleanup easier. So you just take your liner. You can buy these at Walmart or anywhere. They're called Crockpot liners. And you just put that over top, right in your crock pot. Alright, now I have already cooked my macaroni. This is 3 cups, which was actually a 16-ounce box. I cooked this last night and put it in the refrigerator, so this is cold. But that's alright. We're going to put everything right in the crock pot. So we are going to start. We're going to need a stick and a half of melted butter, so I'm going to go ahead. And I don't even know why you have to melt it, because you're putting it right in here. But we'll go ahead and do what the directions say. This is it. Get this out of here. So it's a stick and a half of melted butter. Put that in there. I'm just going to put this right up in my microwave. And go ahead and get this melted. 30 seconds there. Alright, so we are going to put in a lot of cheese. This is 32 ounces. Good thing I looked at that. We only need 16 ounces. Oh, well, so we're going to use half of this. I didn't notice that this was my store only had the 8-ounce. I should have got 2 8-ounces, but I just thought it was the bigger one. This is 32 ounces. We only need half of this. Let me get this cut. All right, to start with, we're going to put in this 16 ounces. So this is going to be half of this. And I'm going to go ahead and just cut this down. And then we can chunk it up once I get it in there. You don't really even have to chunk it up if you want. I usually try to cut mine up in smaller pieces just so it'll melt faster. Alright, because this melts kind of fast anyway, so I'm just going to take it and just kind of cut it up in a few big chunks. Lay that on the bottom. Alright, now we're going to need 8 ounces of Mexican cheese blend. So we're just going to dump that right on top. Like I said, this takes a lot of cheese. Alright, now 8 ounces of cheddar cheese shredded. Well, this is all going to melt anyway, so I didn't buy the shredded kind. I'm just going to chunk this up. I'm just going to slice this up in little pieces. Let me go ahead and do that off camera, but I'm just going to take and cut this up in little pieces. Like that, it's all going to melt. Alright. Next, we're going to put 1 3/4 cup of whole milk. Put that in. We are also going to put a 12-ounce can of evaporated milk. And then 1 1/2 sticks of melted butter, which is 3/4 of a cup if you don't have stick butter. So I'm going to go ahead and pour that into at the same time as I'm pouring my milk in. Now you want to get all this to melt, and you can just go ahead and add your macaroni right now if you want, because you're just going to let this slow cook. Let me get the rest of this butter out of here. I'm going to wait just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and stir this up, and I'm going to get that cheese to start melting, and I can stir it more easy without the macaroni in there. I don't want to tear my macaroni up. I don't want my macaroni to cook a whole lot more. I just cooked it about 6 minutes. I kind of undercooked it because I know it's going to slow cook in here. So let me just show you this. This is all the ingredients are in here. Now, if it once it cooks, you know, I'm just going to cook it on low for several hours. And if you need it more creamy, just add more milk. That's no problem. All right, last thing we're going to put in is all of our cooked macaroni, and you don't want to cook this all the way. Cook about, if it says like 9 to 11 minutes, I did mine like 6 minutes. And I did mine actually last night, and then I'm just going to add it to there this morning and just kind of stir it up. Just cook it on low until all the cheese melts, and just stir it occasionally. And that's all there is to it. It will cook itself.